Well, the weather's finally a little bit nicer, not snowing, so I thought it would be perfect time for another walk and talk, and I brought the very slow-moving old man along with me. So this topic is going to be a little bit about patience. So recently, Chris from Ball Pythons 101, he made a post on his Instagram, or it was a story or something, but either way, it kind of made me think of patience and how important that is within ball pythons or just the animals in general. And I know I've mentioned this before to friends, that they just need to have patience, and I thought it would be an interesting topic to cover in a video. So much like the patience that I'm having to use to walk this very slow-moving dog. So the reasons why I say that patience is important is because in today's world, I feel like there's so much instant gratification, and that comes from everything, right? It's like everything, you want it immediately, you want it right now, and you really kind of need time for those seeds to grow, for everything to kind of blossom and turn into what you want. So I mean, it's a little bit of a spoiler if you haven't seen it already, but I did produce a Sunset Ultramel this year, and that came from having patience, right? So I picked up my first Sunset from Brock back in 2019, and I knew immediately from then that I wanted to take that into the Sunset stuff. So I paired that male with my female, and I produced a clutch from them in 2022 because I purchased all babies, I raised them up, and then that female that I produced in 22, that female that I produced in 22, she finally gave me a clutch. Not finally, I mean, it's perfectly on par for time, but she gave me a clutch this year in 2025. So you're talking about from 2019 to 2025, that's how long I waited to be able to have this Sunset Ultramel. And it might have been a little bit easier because I had other clutches, other things that I was producing, but that was something I really wanted, and I really needed to have the patience for that. So I think that it's very important to have patience and understand that these animals take time. Seeing these projects through takes time. And there's a lot of stuff that people have or people don't have that you might want for those projects, in which case you kind of need to do that stuff yourself. If you want to have hurricane or blackhead or acid or whatever in a lot of these projects, and there aren't any of those things available, you need to put in those incomplete dominants. You need to put in those recessive genes. And you kind of need to do it kind of from scratch. And then you need to raise those animals up, breed them, make the animals you need to make the next step. And it's like this cyclical kind of thing. I have an idea for a project, and I honestly don't think I'm going to be seeing the results for that project for at least another 6 years. And that's because there's nothing else out there for this project. There are no hets, there's no combos, there's no anything. So it's literally a from the ground up kind of thing. And I need to make all the steps. I need to make the hets, I need to raise the hets up, I need to breed those, and then I need to also overcome the odds. So a lot of patience is necessary for getting to where you want to be. And it's not easy, and having other stuff that you're producing and other stuff that you're making definitely helps. Like we've been producing, last year we only did 13 clutches, but before that we did 18 the two before. So we've had a pretty good run. And then this year we should have quite a few more than that. So it's like we have other stuff to bide our time, but you still really need to have patience for the stuff that you want and really just kind of enjoy it. Sometimes I think we are too quick to push to the next thing without really enjoying kind of what we have. And it's like getting into the Sunset project pretty much got me where I'm at. It afforded all of the racks, the new racks and stuff that I have. It afforded a lot of the new genetics that I have, the new projects that I have, everything, and it's one of those things that it's like right now I still want for so much, but I really need to take a look back and realize that there are plenty of other things that I have accomplished in that time, and it's all patience. But when you're just starting out, you are waiting for that first lock, you're waiting for that first clutch, all that kind of stuff. You do really need to just have patience. And as cliche as it sounds, kind of just enjoy the process. Oh my God, of course he's friggin' doing this. Why wouldn't he?